Welcome back to ILTV on the Hour. We're live from Israel, bringing you the biggest headlines of the region. I'm Minister Netanyahu, and here is your roundup of the latest developments coming out of Israel. Prime Minister Netanyahu's request for a presidential pardon to end his corruption trial has been transmitted to the Pardons Department in the Ministry of Justice, which will collect opinions from legal authorities, then pass them to the president's legal advisor. Only after that will the president make a final decision. Netanyahu formally submitted the pardon request to President Herzog, seeking to end his long-running corruption trial, charges of fraud, bribery, and breach of trust. He stressed the move served the national interest, arguing that the trial is tearing Israel apart and that the country needs a restoration of unity. The Prime Minister also points to U.S. President Donald Trump's call for an immediate end to the trial, so the two leaders can coordinate on strategic regional opportunities. Coalition supporters, including ministers and partners of Netanyahu, called the pardon a necessary step to heal deep social divisions and enable the government's focus on security challenges. But opposition leaders and democracy watchdogs warn that giving clemency before a verdict without admission of guilt or political retirement would strike a serious blow to the rule of law and equality before the law. President Herzog characterized the request as extraordinary, stating he will consider it seriously and responsibly. And now the issue of the draft exemption bill is set to escalate today in the Knesset as the Foreign Affairs and Defense Committee begins debating Chairman Boaz Bislimuth's revised draft. The proposal would continue granting full-time yeshiva military exemptions while weakening oversight and eliminating sanctions for draft evaders over the age of 26. The committee's own legal advisor has already warned the bill is unlikely to pass high court scrutiny and is, quote, not a conscription law. Criticism is pouring in from across the political spectrum. Former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant from the Likud called the bill inconceivable, accusing his own party of reaching a new low and warning that within 15 years, 1 in 3 Jewish males may not serve in the IDF. He said he lost his job for refusing to back such a law, calling Haredi enlistment a military necessity. The Democrats' party leader Yair Golan said the bill permits draft evasion and will not survive Supreme Court review. The legislation, as is, would continue exempting full-time yeshiva students from military service, while also supposedly increasing conscription among Haredi graduates who finished their studies. However, the current bill removes various provisions from the previous draft that were intended to ensure that those registered for yeshiva study are actually studying and cancels all sanctions on draft evaders when they turn 26. The coalition is expected to push ahead with the bill, setting up a major legal and political showdown. Finally, Pope Leo XIV has arrived in Lebanon, where he issued a call on Lebanese leaders to recommit to stability and urge the international community not to abandon the country's struggling population. The visit comes as Lebanon grapples with economic collapse and border tensions with Hezbollah, with the Pope calling for restraint, humanity, and a path back to dialogue. In his address at Babda Palace, the Pope issued a statement on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, declaring that, quote, only a negotiated two-state solution can bring a just and lasting peace. He warned that the region cannot endure another generation of war, and said that both sides must show courage to choose dignity over violence. Take a listen to his speech.
La Santa Sede già da diversi anni pubblicamente appoggia la proposta di una soluzione di 2 stati. Sappiamo tutti che in questo momento ancora Israele non accetta quella soluzione, ma lo vediamo come l'unica soluzione che potrebbe offrire una soluzione al conflitto che continuamente vivono. Noi siamo anche amici di Israele e cerchiamo, con le 2 parti a essere, una voce mediatrice che possa aiutare a avvicinarci a una soluzione con giustizia per tutti.
That's a wrap for this edition of ILTV on the Hour. My name is Indiyat Naftali. Thank you for watching.